Hello, criminal justice enthusiasts, and welcome back to You Are the Judge. In the last episode, we had a prisoner who was complaining about his treatment in prison. This episode, we're evidently going to have a land case, so this should be interesting. I love the variety of cases we're getting to. Just really adds to the overall feel of the game. And I mean, since we are in sort of a foreign country, we do get all these different ones. We don't have to just stick to criminal. Let's go ahead and answer the phone here. Trying to click on it. There we go. Mayor, hello, Your Honor. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I have limited time, but I can spare some for you. I know how precious your time is, Your Honor. I have a case to be heard shortly, so I'd like to hear what you have to say. Yes, I'm calling you specifically about that matter. What do you mean? In today's case, I believe our municipality is in the right, and I assume you've also realized this. Your decision will be in favor of that, won't it? Again, I could say that that's audacious on the part of the mayor. And I could, and I'm not going to side with the mayor. I'm going to go with the law because that's the way I feel and it's the way I'm running my courtroom. The purpose of courtrooms is to listen to people and make the right decisions. That's enough talk for now. Yes, it is. You have a good day. Do not bother me again. Alright, about your last case. Hello, sir. Firstly, I apologize for being slightly late. As you know, there were many allegations made before this case, and it caused quite a sensation in the public. It took me some time to gather all of them, which resulted in the delay. Without further ado, I would like to provide you with this information. Social media and politicians closely followed the situation. Your decision received criticism from some quarters while garnering support from others. The government and the Ministry of Justice reacted swiftly and closely monitored the case. Additionally, this case brought the issue of social media legislation back into the spotlight. Lastly, we can say that this was your first high-profile case. All eyes were truly on you. That's all I have to convey to you. Wow, that's interesting because the fact that out of all the cases so far, it seemed like the least serious to me. I really didn't worry about it. I've prepared the documents for your upcoming case and left them on the table in the courtroom for you. Additionally, the attorneys are waiting for you in the courtroom for the pre-trial hearing, as they always are. Alright, looks like my people who love me among the public is actually greater. Still quite good there. Yeah, everything seems pretty good right now, and my spouse is still about as happy with me as she was before. So I guess that's good. Reading these over real fast. Not caring about them, so not even bothering to read them out loud. Justice is not merely an object that can be bought with money. Those who sell their decisions, their freedom, their positions for money are lower than those who sell their bodies. Even your existence is not just. Well, those are strong words, but I tend to agree with them overall. I can agree that, justice should not be for sale. What do I need to do to become a judge? It's actually a nice profession. You don't get too tired. Do judges know the entire Constitution by heart? No, we have the book close at hand to reference as we work. Enough. Don't unjustly accuse people. Alright, I don't plan on unjustly accusing anybody. I don't really have a statement on either of these because I'm not sure what the judicial reform package is, so I'm going to stay out of that issue. And that one doesn't do anything for me. Info-wise, I'm 2-1 now, so I'm happier about that. All my cases have been with acquittals so far. That's sort of weird. I do find that a bit odd. But alright, we're done with all that. Let's head to the courtroom for the pre-trial hearing. The public is quite pleased with the support from the judiciary for their demands to increase penalties for various crimes. Oh yeah, alright, so that I do agree with. So if that's the case, I might... Well, it's a bit late now to post on Twitter, sadly. But yes, I did agree with that. That is true. Alright. This looks like the guy who was in the last case. I think they only have a few character models, which is a little bit sad on the game. But overall, as I said, I'm really enjoying it. I like the different aspects of the law that we didn't get as much of in the last game. Though I did really love Judge Sim as well, so both of them have been winners in my book. My client came across several high-value historical artifacts while excavating for agricultural purposes on his land and immediately reported the situation to the authorities. However, as soon as the authorities arrived, they cordoned off a large area and prohibited access. Then they informed us that the municipality would acquire a substantial portion of the land and provide an offer regarding the price. However, the price they communicated and pressured us to sell at is well below the actual value of the land. Therefore, we are requesting the payment of the true value of the land to us. Seems fair? What's your opinion there, defense? My client, Nosbart Municipality, promptly arrived at the scene upon receiving the call and, following an examination by expert personnel, determined that there were even more historical artifacts beneath the ground in this area. Okay, that's great. A decision for immediate expropriation was made for this land. An appropriate price for the land was determined and delivered to the rightful owner. So both are pretty much agreeing on the thing. It's really about the money that they're disagreeing. According to the law, it is mandatory to sell at the price determined by the municipality. We request the dismissal of the plaintiff's demands. Yeah, see, I'm not going with you as much here. Alright, so no objections by the defense. Your Honor, when my client and non-citizen discovered the historical artifacts, he promptly reported them to the authorities. However, the municipality acted in bad faith. My client's sole source of income is agricultural land. We earnestly request you take this into consideration. I mean, I can, I guess, take that into consideration. Really, to me, what I'm wanting to know is what the land's actual value is, and that's what we're going to go with. Alright, so I haven't done the fourth card, so since it is the fourth case, we'll do the fourth card. Your relationship with the public will decrease by 5 points. Why? I don't think I ever got the $50 the one card said either. I don't understand those cards. I really am not a fan of them. I think those should just go away. They really don't do anything for me. Alright, let's look at the case file. Landowner Christopher Cutt came across several historically valuable artifacts while excavating on his land. He then reported the situation to the relevant authorities. Upon the arrival of authorities, they cordoned off the area and prohibited access. Christopher Cutt has filed a lawsuit against the municipality due to their efforts to restrict the use of his land and their attempt to forcibly purchase it at a significantly lower price. The municipality, on the other hand, has stated that the region is an important cultural heritage site and that a fair price offer has been made for the public benefit. As I said, to me, I do think the sale should happen. I'm okay with that. That's something that I think makes sense. We got historical artifacts. It contains information about the objects found in the plot. City council decision. It contains a decision made by the municipality for the relevant land. Land value report. This is the one I really care about. Report prepared by an independent organization. Alright, so we had an ancient statue, mosaic piece, mummified wolf. That's interesting. The decision was made to expropriate 76% of the land located in parcels 17 through 48 based on the value of $500,000 due to the presence of remains and historical heritage on the land. The assessment conducted by our organization of the parcels 17 through 48 indicates the actual value of the land is determined at to be 1,112,000. The determination of this value is based on considerations such as soil type, total area and location as revealed by examinations conducted on the property. Additionally, 3 land parcels serving as reference affecting these values were taken into account. So, alright. They said they wanted 76%. So we are going to go ahead and take the number here, 1,112,000, and then times it by 0.76, which means they should have paid $845,120 for it, not $500,000. They still owe another $345,120. That's sort of my decision. We're already pretty much set unless there is something definitely dramatic that they have here. Let's examine the law as well. I do want to see that. Property owners or affected parties may file a lawsuit in court against the expropriation decision made by the municipality. The court evaluates whether the expropriation decision is lawful and whether the expropriation is necessary for the public interest. If it is determined that the expropriation is not in compliance with the laws or that there is no public interest requirement, the decision is annulled or revised. I think I might go against the law here. I'm not sure because that didn't say anything about the fair value. But I think fair value does have to be taken into consideration here. Let's talk to the plaintiff here. How did you determine the true value of the land? Your Honor, we consulted with an expert on the matter. After conducting the necessary assessments, the expert stated that its value is $1,112,000. Alright, well that's for the entire land. They don't want the whole land, so I'm not going to give you that. What was the price proposed by the municipality for the land? $500,000, Your Honor, which is less than half of its value. Now, I would agree if they wanted the whole land. What criteria did you consider for the land's true value? We considered factors such as the sales price of similar plots, regional appraisals, and expert opinions. I mean, he's got a solid case here. I think he's going to win. My only thing is just the 76% that they're talking about. So let's see what they have to say here about it. How is the expropriation decision made for the land? Our experts evaluated the significance of the historical artifacts in the excavation area, and we made the decision for expropriation. That's fine. No one's arguing about that. Is price offered to the landowner in accordance with the law? Yes. The price offered to the landowner has been assessed in compliance with the law. What are the consequences if the landowner refuses to sell the land? We will follow the legal process and resort to the courts if necessary. Our aim is to proceed with a purchase that is in the public interest. See about these witnesses. What's the significance of the historical artifacts found in the excavation area? The historical artifacts found in the excavation area reflect the cultural and historical value of the region. What kind of discussion did you have when contacting the landowner? We had a discussion with the landowner explaining the importance of the historical artifacts and the expropriation process. What types of information were provided to the landowner after expropriation? Information was provided that the expropriation process would be carried out legally and the rights of the landowner would be protected. How did the expropriation process unfold? The expropriation process proceeded in accordance with legal procedures, considering the significance of the historical artifacts and the rights of the landowner. This is the one that I have the question about here. This is the best question. How was the value of the land determined? The value of the land was determined through appraisal work conducted by experts and regional assessments. Was a fair price offer presented to the landowner? Yes. Fair price offer in the public interest was presented to the landowner. In the public interest, not in the landowner's interest. What steps are taken if the landowner refuses to sell the land? Legal proceedings are initiated, and the expropriation process continues in accordance with legal procedures. How were the landowner's rights protected during the expropriation process? The landowner's rights and legal protections were upheld throughout the expropriation process, with regular information provided at each stage. Why was the price offered to the landowner considered inadequate? The price offered to the landowner was considered adequate in accordance with the actual value of the land, but it was believed that a more detailed assessment should be conducted during the court process. Yeah, even he believes it should have been more detailed. Alright, I want to go back to the court file here. Alright, so they want to expropriate 76% of the land. So I'm not going to give him the full amount because they don't want the full land. But I am going to rule in his favor. Testimony as a witness involved in the case may affect the content of the case. Okay, so I can't actually set a number up. The offer by the city is inadequate considering the more detailed analysis of the land's value. If they wish to expropriate 76% of the land, then they should pay the plaintiff roughly, what was the number again? $845,120. I like putting in the notes. I know it's not necessary. I know that really the only people that are going to see them is you guys watching the videos, but I like the notes. It adds an authenticity to it. And I was not given a penalty for it. Nice. Very nice. All right. Well, that was a shorter case. I pretty much had my decision made up from the beginning, but it is what it is. Supreme Court is considering new judge appointments. What are your thoughts on this? We are working overtime a lot. It could be beneficial. We have a sufficient number of judges for now. You know what? I'm going to go with we could use more judges because I care about my family and my wife said I'm not home enough as it is. So, yeah, I'm going to go with we could use more judges. Alright, so we've got an assault case next. That should be interesting. And it looks like we have another case after that. As I said, I really have no idea how many cases there actually are in Season 1. I'm planning on making videos tonight pretty much to cover at least through Thursday when I should be returning from my vacation, but possibly one for Friday as well, just so that way I don't have to try to rush to get one out at that point in time. We will see. But yeah, definitely looking forward to having them at least through Thursday. So if I'm not mistaken, this was the fourth video I made here on this series. And so I need at least two more. So these two cases here. So we'll sort of see with that. If we have more cases after this, maybe I'll do one for Friday also because it'll be part of season one. If we're going to actually move on to season two, though, I might stop at the cases so that way when I get back on Friday, we can start season two fresh on that day and I can take your guys' advice into it. Um, really just going to sort of play it by ear right now. I don't know the answer I'm going to have for that. And since I'm having to do these before you guys get to see the first one, even, you guys can't really give me your opinion on it. So I just got to do what I think is best in the situation. With that in mind, though, hopefully you did enjoy this case. And if you did, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all back for more of You Are the Judge.